Right guys, so Thursday already, how are we getting on? I hope you're still at it. A little bit quiet there yesterday, but it was Izzy's birthday, so it was all tied up. So, we're on nearly day 4. At this stage now, for me day 4 is the real sweet spot. Day 4 to me is the best day. Sleeping last night should have been really good. Your sleeping pattern now should be really kicking on as your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems start to sort of balance themselves out. One of the good things here about fasting is that nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system. If anybody's ever got trouble sleeping, especially if you eat something before you go to bed, it's the activation and deactivation of that nervous system of parasympathetic and sympathetic. It's usually run by your cortisol too. So any women getting into perimenopause, cortisol levels are going through the roof. That nervous system gets a wee bit out of whack. Because intermittent fasting is a form of stress, right? Now remember, this is very important to understand. Everything that we do that's stressful is actually beneficial to us, right? We have this very wrong perception of stress in life. Because we're so comfortable in life at the minute, it's like if something happens, it's, oh God, why is this happening to me? It's such a bad thing. Guys, life is supposed to be stressful, right? Now, when I say stressful, it means that we encounter stress so that we become stronger to overcome and adapt, right? That's what we're supposed to do. Even, for example, the second you're born, right? Your first breath, it was stress. You have to breathe, you have to learn to breathe so you become better at it. Walking, you fall, get up, you fall down, you get up, you fall down. It's stressful, it's hard, but you learn to do it so you can overcome. And everything in life's exactly the same, right? Except, again, like I said, because we're in this comfortable modern world at the minute, we've seen something that's stressful as, oh my God, why is this happening to me? And we get such a bad sort of perception of it that we turn that into this chronic stress, all right? So, for example, we fast, we induce stress. That stress tells your body, oh shit, there's no food around. We could die. So what happens then is the body activates all these survival mechanisms. For example, collagen production. The brain basically turns around from hundreds and thousands of years of evolution. What's the best strategy now for me to stay alive? Right, quality sleep. If I have good quality sleep, I'll be able to wake up in the morning, I'll be able to find food. Muscularity, if I increase growth hormone, because I don't have food coming on doing all this stuff, I'll increase growth hormone. That'll increase muscle tone, it'll produce hormone production, it'll increase collagen. Because I'm not getting the nutrients to do this, I'm going to have to start producing this myself. And that's how we usually went through life as a species. But now we're overloaded with food, so all these systems deactivate. And as soon as we encounter one of these, for example, oh my God, I'm going to fast for a few hours. Oh Jesus, I'm going to die, I'm starving my hunger. And it's bollocks. It's not how the human body is designed to actually thrive in the world and get better. Remember, when we lift weights, we make it hard and stressful so that we overcome that stress by being stronger. Our heart adapts to stress to be fitter. You will not get stronger and you will not get fitter unless you adapt yourself to the stress. When you're learning to read, you have to stress yourself by learning words you don't know in order to know it, to become smarter. It's all stress, right? It's just your perception of what that stress is. Failure, for example, failure is a good thing because we learn to how not to do it right and overcome to be better at something. So you've got to understand that stress is actually the key to being better, living longer, being healthier, all right? Stressing yourself. And again, like I said, we're so used to this comfort. So for example, we go on a diet, a basic diet, we get a wee bit of deprivation. Oh, I need a treat at the weekend because I work so hard. You get my point? No, I need a wee treat because I've done so well. What? Because you fasted for fucking 4 hours, right? You've got to understand that those wee adaptogens are what makes us live longer, be healthier, be better, be stronger. So don't avoid stress, change your perception on what stress is. Because it's stress as an acute stress response, a wee bit of stress, adapt and overcome, a wee bit of stress, adapt and overcome. But when we have a perception of per me, that then becomes chronic stress with elevated cortisol, and that's when all the bad stuff happens because the body's own natural defense system can't kick in. Everything just switches off because you're now in sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system just deactivates. The sympathetic nervous system goes through the roof. It's like fight or flight all the time, and the body just can't cope with that. We're used to these wee bouts of stress, relax, bouts of stress, relax, right? That's what we need. So this is what intermittent fasting is predominantly doing. So whenever we do eat food, the body can go, right, see all those nutrients now, I'm going to take those and I'm going to use every single one of them for all this good stuff. As opposed to just putting in food, 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 putting in food. Remember, the human body is not designed to be fat. We're not supposed to be fat animals. Could you ever imagine in your head a fat caveman? It's not supposed to happen, right? We're supposed to be able to, we have the ability to store a wee bit of fat over the winter when food is in abundance. So whenever we get into the summer, the other way, over the summer when we can eat loads of food and vegetables and stuff and hunt, then over the winter when food is scarce, we can use it like a hibernating bear. Right? So you got to understand that there's certain systems here in the body that we need to work with. It's like people going to the gym and going, oh, that's too sore for me, I don't want to do it. And they wonder, why do I keep getting fucking sick? Why am I always ill all the time? Why have I so many backs and pains? Why I've got so much inflammation? Because you don't do anything to overcome it, right? It's not about finding a comfortable way to live. It's about finding ways in your life that have wee bits of stress so we can adapt and overcome. Get up early in the morning, go for a walk. I don't want to do it. It's a bit stressful, but that's what's going to make me healthier and live longer. I'm going to go to the gym enough where it's, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't like it, it's sore, but I'm going to keep doing it because it's going to make me stronger and better and healthier. Does that make sense? Fasting, same thing. I don't like this feeling, this is uncomfortable feeling, but it's going to make me work better. It's going to make me produce more collagen, reduce inflammation, sleep better, because my body has to survive. Now, your body is a survival, an adaptation survival machine, but unless you give it things to adapt to and overcome and make better, fitter and stronger, the body just disintegrates. You turn over 65 years of age, you can't walk, you have aches and pains, you're sore, you're grumpy, you're tired, and you're wondering, why is this happening to me? Because you try so hard to be having a comfortable life. And I don't mean that you go out and fucking live in the wilderness, but you get my point, right? So it's about enjoying these wee bouts of stress. This is why we do this for 5 days, and we relax. We wee bouts of stress, and then we relax. And you can see in the group already, for those people who've been on a long time, there's less and less people now doing this because it's uncomfortable. And they don't like the uncomfortableness. It's like, oh, poor me. I want to lose weight and look good, but I don't want to put in any effort at all. I don't have aches and pains, but I'm not a gym person. Jesus Christ, are you not a live longer person? Are you not a want to be healthier person? Things like that, I just don't get, I can't get my head around, guys. I mean, why would you not want to do the things that make you live longer, feel better and look better? They're uncomfortable. So's having to pay the fucking mortgage every month. I don't like doing that. I don't like seeing those numbers come in my bank account, but they have to be done, otherwise I don't know where to live. You have to embrace these things, okay? So any more questions, give me a shout. Now, again, like I said, Thursday today, this is where you should be feeling good. Energy should be through your body's producing a lot of ketones. Brain fog's gone away. Remember, the brain will use either sugar or ketones. We're not eating any sugar, so the brain's going to need ketone overload, which means you should feel alert and good and sharp. And why would this be a good adaptive tool whenever we're fasting and we're fighting stress? Because you want to be able to look for food and find stuff and know how do you do things very well, even though there's less energy coming out. So ketones are produced when the body's breaking down fat to turn into fuel. There's a byproduct, it's ketones, because the body knows, well, if I'm breaking down fat for fuel, that means I'm not getting any fuel. That means I need something to supply the brain energy, so it produces ketones. You see, that all sort of all comes together. All right, have a good day.